This I shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I like down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Unu prepares a table before I, in the presence of our enemy them. Unu anointed I head with no oil. Me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I life. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah kademawe. How ma uso bolisa? I don't know what up. It was simply a four. How are you mo? Oh, you all adon. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, and we have never claimed to be, because we are not. We have taken sides, the side of the truth. That is why we are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food in all its palatability for the nourishment of the family in its whole entirety. This is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, right from the crowns of their heads all the way down to the soles of their feet. And we subject these ideas to some crucial forensic scrutiny, right after which we tease out the creme de la creme of all these ideas and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, and here we speak truth to power. We are live on YouTube and we are also live on Facebook. You can also find us on TikTok. We are also on X, formerly called Twitter. And on TikTok, we keep ticking and talking with the gracious hands of patriotism. This is the headquarters of the truth. This is the truth. In fact, this is the foundation of the truth. This is the mansion of the truth, the habitat of the truth. This is the domicile of the truth, the address of the truth. We are called Black Empire Media. And I want to say thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you and we love you. This is the headquarters of the truth. It is ultimately the truth. Come here. Now, without much ado, our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a certain story so dear to you that you want us to follow up on. We are more than just excited to do that. Absolutely free of charge. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, and here we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you so much to our sponsors. Hey, now turn every single experience into a royal experience. Yes, turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori d'Oriente. Now, when we talk about Tesori d'Oriente, we are talking about that shower gel that has far gone beyond a shower gel. It is soft, it is smooth, it is silky, and it has a long-lasting oriental fragrance that continues to linger around you for 48 hours and beyond. Now pour a little bit of Tesori d'Oriente in the middle of your palm, shake up the bath water, and watch how the ladder foams up and how rich it becomes. It nourishes your skin, and at the same time, it keeps your skin glowing like the morning sun. Tesori d'Oriente. Oh my God, have mercy. Now, it is Italian technology coupled with African raw materials, giving you that premium quality, made very, very affordably for you. Oh yes, we're talking about Tesori d'Oriente, and it comes in several fragrances. We have the Ikigai, we have the Karma, we have the Persian Dream, we also have the Royal Oud and the Forest Therapy, and even more. Which one suits you? Check them out and tell me, yes, which one is your favorite? My personal favorite, the Forest Therapy. I also love the Royal Oud. Oh my God, this is Tesori d'Oriente, and is proudly distributed in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited. For bulk purchases and inquiries, call Daddy Ash on 0244 772599. This is Tesori d'Oriente. Turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori d'Oriente. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Millennium Insurance. My brother, my sister, this is your trustworthy partner. Now, what kind of insurance do you require? Can I just sound this warning? Not every insurance is an assurance. Some insurance may pretend to cover you like a plaster, but ultimately it is a disaster. That is why I am introducing you to your trustworthy partner, Millennium Insurance. Now, what do you really require? Is it motor policy? Insurance? No problem at all. Hey, third party or comprehensive? No problem. You want to insure your car against burglary, against fire? No problem at all. Millennium Insurance. You want travel insurance? Which country are you traveling to? Which countries are you traveling to? We take you there safely and bring you back safely, totally insured with Millennium Insurance. Hey, and in times of disaster, no problem. Volcanoes, earthquakes, tsunamis, floods, fires, you are covered. Oh my God, 24/7 and beyond. Now, the very good thing about Millennium Insurance is that we are your trustworthy partner. And if you can trust us, then you know that we mean well. That is why everybody is running to Millennium Insurance, including me, myself, and I. Now, with Millennium Insurance, when it comes to getting your claims, it is quick and fast because we want to bring you back to the right footing. Yes, this is Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partners, and our numbers are on the screen. We have offices all over Ghana. Please pick up the numbers and make sure that you call us so that we insure you covered totally. Now, also visit our sales portal at sales.millenniuminsurancegh.com, and everything is everything. Millennium Insurance is your trustworthy partner. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Lemfi. Now, are you sending money from America, Canada, Europe to Ghana? No problem. Now you don't need to run sweating like a pregnant antelope all the way into a certain building. Queue before you send money to Ghana. It's been made easy with Lemfi. In the comfort of your home, you can quickly tap, yes, press, yes, and boom, it comes straight to Ghana. No transfer fees, and you get the most competitive rates. This is Lemfi. Now, if you are a first-time sender, listen to this one, and I'm going to dash you some money. Hey, if you're sending money from Canada or America, $100 and beyond, I give you $20. This is what is called a cashback. I give you $20 back. And if you're sending in euro, 100 euro and beyond, or 100 British pounds and beyond, I give you 10 British pounds back, 10 euros back. Oh yes, this is what is called the cashback. Just to say thank you so much for using Lemfi and believing in us. But remember to use the referral code 1RASTA. It's very important. 1RASTA. In order to be able to get this referral code is very important. And anytime you send money to Ghana, continue to use the referral code 1RASTA. And as you do that, you get more and more bonuses. Now, another very interesting thing about LEMFI is that LEMFI is doing a lot of developmental projects right here in Ghana. That is why I am a proud LEMFian. Thank you so much, LEMFI. Your money comes within seconds to Ghana when you transfer. And you tell us where you want it. In your Momo account or your bank account, we don't have a problem. It comes straight. We give you the most competitive rates, remember. And most importantly, it comes secured in just seconds. Remember the referral code, 1RASTA. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Herbal Technology. Now, Herbal Technology is a clinic. When we talk about Herbal Technology, we are talking about a clinic that is 100% herbal. Yes, we are physicians trained both in Africa and outside Africa. So we know the herbs like the palms that we possess. And we know that every human being has a different and unique thumbprint. That is why when you come to Herbal Technology, we encourage you not to self-medicate. Oh, this person had malaria. This was the medicine that cured him. No, we are different people and different medications work for us at different times. Maybe your malaria only requires a herbal tea. Maybe it requires us to just put some dry leaves on fire for you to inhale the smoke and everything is good. And remember, we don't advise you to self-medicate. We were the first in Ghana to make tablets out of herbs. And that's what you see there. Viva Nigo. Oh my God. 100% herbal. This is Herbal Technology leading the way into the future. At Herbal Technology, we don't just treat you. We heal you. Our numbers are on the screen. Pick up the numbers and visit us. What's the sickness you think you have? Is it Parkinson's disease? Is it malaria, typhoid fever, jaundice, some skin diseases? No problem. Give us a call on 0208 33 7711. Herbal Technology. We don't just treat you, we heal you. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And today we have 5 very important messages and stories to share with you. My brother, my sister, and we're going to run with the speed of light. Yes, please, if you haven't as yet, subscribe to the channel, hit on the subscription button right after that on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch us. And again, remember, one thing is clear. Recommend us to family and friends. Yes, we are happy to welcome you into this wonderful family. We are the biggest online show that is dedicated to Pan-Africanism and patriotism. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. If you're ready, I'm more than just ready to rumble. Story number 1. Watch this. Anger as NPP comes after biggest nemesis, Kevin Taylor. Kevin Bedu Eko Taylor is his full name. Yes, he's this wonderful gentleman who took Ghana by storm when he hit the internet with his current affairs show. He opened the eyes of many to realize the importance of current affairs beyond just radio and TV. He hit the internet. And we all remember the long sleeves folded up above the wrist all the way up to the elbows. We all remember the pen in the hand that went on the table. My brother, my sister, this is Kevin Taylor. And we need to give him that respect. He's opened the eyes of many when it comes to journalism on the internet. My brother, my sister, he plied his trade in Ghana for some time. He worked in Kumasi, on Solid FM, and some other such outfits. And then he met a woman who he fell in love with. They decided to relocate to America, where the magic went deeper, in fact, than a poisoned arrow. My brother, my sister, he started to talk about Ghanaian politics, and he was hard-hitting. And because of the freedom that you cannot get on radio and TV, he was able to fly so high. It came to a time everybody waited to listen to this young man. And he used his channel very, very well. He made money. He opened up a TV station. And though they tried to stop the TV station in Ghana in the days of the NPP, he was able to find his way into the Nigerian market, where he fired his TV station from right into the country, and nobody could stop him. Politicians, after some time, realized that this was a force to reckon with, and he started speaking vehemently against his own party, the NPP. And he was very bold to tell us that he was a member of the NPP by flaunting his card. And this is the card. Kevin Taylor, police station, Padmore JHS Center. Yes, Padmore JHS Center. And this is Obuasi East Ashanti. And that is the number on it. Now, he said he's broken all links with the NPP because it's a disgraceful, dangerous, unpatriotic party. And he said it time and again. His program, known as Loud Silence, in fact, his network is called Loud Silence TV. And when he starts his program, with all due respect, everybody is glued to him, ready to listen to new things that the ordinary, the mainstream Ghanaian media will not tell you. He had information leaked to him by so many different people and even politicians. He became untouchable. Lawsuits started coming in. He glided through a lot of them. One of the biggest that he came out as a victor from was the one that was against Kennedy Japan. And he went in there, right there in America, and right in the courts there, he became the victor. And it looked like it gave him more power and encouragement to continue with the work. Many said he would not be able to come to Ghana. But when the NDC won power, he was in Ghana. And he was in court. And he was exonerated in some cases that were around his neck in the days of the NPP like an albatross. This is Kevin Taylor. Kevin Bedru Eko Taylor. Oh my God. Now, my brother, my sister, he's been a thorn in the flesh of the NPP. Sometimes he uses unprintable words on people he considers enemies of the state. Other times, he can make you laugh and crack your ribs. My brother, my sister, and others also say sometimes he gets annoying. But my brother, which human being is not annoying? My brother, my sister, this is Kevin Taylor. Now the NPP has written a beautiful love letter and circulated it in the media and decided to also call the NDC to a round table for a romantic meeting. And the meeting is all about this guy called Kevin Taylor. The letter is a love one. And that's it. This is the letter. Open it up so we all can read that. He said the new patriotic party, the headquarters for immediate release. Stop the sacrilege. The NDC must rein in Kevin Taylor over his attacks on President Kufuor. Now, the new patriotic party condemns in the strongest possible terms the sustained and vicious attacks by Kevin Eko Taylor against His Excellency John Agyekum Kufuor, former President of the Republic of Ghana. This is not politics. This is desecration. President Kufuor rescued the nation from economic collapse, strengthened our democracy, and ended the admiration of Ghana and the world. He is not a partisan target. He is a father of the nation. Any society that permits the vilification of such a man without consequence has lost its moral footing. Now, the NDC's silence is not neutrality, it is complicity. Kevin Taylor's deep and well-documented ties to the NDC machinery make it impossible for the NDC to feign innocence. when a known operative verbally assaults a former president and the leadership of the NDC watches this in silence, their silence becomes an endorsement enabling the deviance. Now the NPP demands the following from the leadership, especially from His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. Number one, President Mahama and the NDC must immediately dissociate themselves from the attacks on the person and legacy of President Kufuor. Two, Kevin Taylor must issue a full, unqualified, and public apology to President Kufuor. There are lines that decency, culture, and conscience forbid us from crossing, and such behavior is one of them. The NDC must decide whether it will stand with our shared cultural values or with the savagery of Kevin Taylor. Ghana is watching and taking note of the indifference of the NDC and the Mahama administration. And this is from a guy called Richard Ahiagba, and he's the director of communications. Dash it away. Now, it's interesting that a whole party that claims it has millions of supporters will dedicate a whole letter coming from its headquarters to one person. It tells you the power of this one person. And the sad thing is that the last time we checked, he was a member of the NPP. Why must the NDC be roped in? If I am a member of the NPP and I get tired of the NPP and I don't like what is going on in the NPP, though I am still a member, and I'm supporting another party of which I am not a member, which party should call me to order? If I am a Ghanaian and I decide that Ghana is misbehaving and I decide to move out and go and live in Togo, and from Togo I decide to fire at Ghana, say things that are happening in Ghana, my brother, my sister, should the Togolese be told that they need to control me, or we have to find a way of fixing our home? I do not agree with insulting the former president, J.A. Kufuor. We were all in this country, my brother, my sister, when sympathizers of the NPP, lawyers of the NPP told us that insults are not a crime by our laws. Do we remember that? Do you remember the lawyer who said that? It's food for thought. Now, if we are bold enough to tell the whole of Ghana whilst we are in power that you can't take insults to court because insults are not a crime, my brother, my sister, and then you have a member of your party who you claim has gone deviant, firing at the party and firing at some members of the party, my brother, my sister, you won't have the effrontery to return and tell everybody that, hey, you know what? Control this person. I think it is quite irresponsible on the part of the NPP to come out and say, you know what? Control a member of our party. If you let out your goat and it goes out to graze on another man's farm, my brother, my sister, what happens? Whose fault is it? Not yours. How did the goat get out? This is what the NPP is doing, and it's so nauseating. This is a carded member of the NPP. He watched how the NPP was moving with its politics, and he got angry and decided that he would critique his own party like Canada, Japan was doing. And all of a sudden, he's a bad nut. He's deviant. They cannot take it because this guy is a pin that is right there inside their kokobo. We're here when Canada, Japan was throwing insults all over the place. I don't remember anybody from the party condemning him. We all remember how he insulted Mahama, called him a fool, and he spoke the local language, so it carried more power. He called him an idiot, and he even threatened to burn him. We all sat down here and we saw the NPP applauding because their main hatchet man had drawn blood. The NDC did not write a love letter to the NPP, telling the NPP to control the deviant Canada Japan. Richard Ahyangba moves from one radio station to another, firing left, right, and center, sometimes using words that are so cursory. Nobody wrote a romantic letter to the NPP to control its wild animal. My brother, my sister, when it comes to people insulting on radio and TV on behalf of the NPP, who does it worse than Abronya DC? The guy with very little education, yet we are made to believe that he has some certificates. How did he get those certificates? Magic? Abronya would sit on radio and insult everybody, on TV, insult everybody with no scintilla of facts. My brother, my sister, who has written a love letter to the NPP, asking the NPP to control yet another wild animal belonging to its habitat? I think it's very unfair to write to the NDC, to ask the NDC to control a wild animal that the NPP itself could not control. You have your wild animal. He's called Eko Bedu Taylor. Kevin Taylor for short. You are not able to control him. He goes on the rampage. Then you go to the other side and you are forcing them to control a wild animal that left your habitat, which you couldn't control all these years. One thing is clear. Kevin Taylor has become very powerful. Kevin Taylor, what he says is heavy. And they know that if they let this guy go, it will be very difficult for them to come to power. If I'm lying, tell me it's a lie. They fear the guy. That notwithstanding, every man has his opinion. When Kufuor was in power, there were things that he did we were not happy with, and some of us spoke. I will not insult Kufuor. I will not insult any member of the society. I don't insult people. Now, let us look at exactly what an insult is. What is an insult? Do we remember when they told us that insults are not a crime? Insulting a president is not a crime. You can't go to court and say, oh, this person insulted the president, therefore the court must deal with the person. Do we all remember? My brother, my sister, let's listen exactly to what Kevin Taylor said on his show against Kufuor. That has made the NPP so angry. And Richard Ahyangba has written this letter to the NDC to do the needful. Watch this.
Yeah, not a single thing. John Mahama. Kofu amusa sa dada bobonyoma wa ya ne enhwe ontimi mo ba kumpo kireo oh na we na ya start ye na ye wie mese mo makofu on TV so national television no one can say I started this and I completed this before I left office e bi ni Ghana history mu and no more dada mo do mu hunahuna mo ɔde ho nya mɔbɔ wonim sika akɔfoɔ te so wonim sika ne nana no te so wonim sika we leading nkɔfoɔ mɔmɔ wia ɔyɛ lazy nanti na ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔbɛnante wei ɔyɛ broni a anka bɛba na ɔbɔ tennis kɔfoɔ ni age a wodu no ɔyɛ broni a anka no pɛ bia bɔ so ɔjogi. He is just lazy. He doesn't want to work because obenya kwase bia piano. He is just lazy. He's not disabled. Mama mfane kwase disabled category. On betna TV so no kan kire ye say djuma de we na me starting na me yi me nsafiri ho bibia ni wokofo tumi wie. Not a single thing. John Mahama
well, Kevin Taylor, to our non-Akan speaking people, all he said, very simple. The former president, J.A. Kufuor, is not disabled. He's only lazy. Because he knows he will get an idiot to push him around. He's lazy. He doesn't want to get up and walk. Tell me one thing that this man ever did and completed. He started and never completed anything. And the NPP is not happy about this. My brother, my sister, sickness is sickness. Personally, I will not use somebody's sickness to insult them. And I think that much as it is below the belt, it is also teaching us a big lesson. That politics of insults will not take us anywhere. It's a politics of ideas. In fact, I can communicate ideas of patriotism and Pan-Africanism without being insulting. I can be angry without insulting. Whether we like it or not, Kufuor achieved a lot for the nation. Kufuor is an elderly statesman. Kufuor is a man a lot of people love. In his old age, the least he would require is for us to insult him and tell him that he's lazy when he's relegated to a wheelchair. This was a guy who were told had one girlfriend or the other. Remember, he was nicknamed the sexy, gentle giant, the man with the sexy eyes. You remember? I'm not sure that a man who loves himself like that will relegate himself to a wheelchair when he can walk all right and go to the girlfriends we were told that he had in his days. No man would go to his girlfriend in a wheelchair if he can walk. We all make utterances and sometimes we go overboard. I think that this is a statement that has gone overboard. But the NPP does not have the moral right to write to the NDC and try to ask the NDC to control Kevin Taylor. After all, he's officially still a member of the NPP. At this point, I would like to talk to my brethren, Kevin Taylor. My brother, you've made your name already. Ghanaians know who you are. You have moved from nothing to something. The history of Ghanaian politics will never end without your name finding a space somewhere, even if it's a little corner. I think it's time to work on some of the little excesses, just like all of us. And the man, Kufuor, deserves a beautiful romantic apology from you in one way or the other. Don't listen to those NPP guys who tell you that insults are not a crime. Now, they are seeing that insults are even worse than a crime. They are demanding an apology. What moral right? You are asking the NDC to chase this guy and force him when he himself has said time and again that he's not a member of the NDC. That his only interest is in Mahama succeeding. The same way A Plus told us that in fact he was not a member of the NPP. I hope I'm quoting him right. He was only in the NPP because of Nana Addo. And when he fell out with Nana Addo, we all heard what he said. It's unfair to bring the NDC into this issue. Chase your own wild animal. Discipline your own wild animal. Unless you want to excommunicate him from the party, go ahead and do that now. Excommunicate him, remove him, sack him from the party so that we know that you have sacked your own wild animal. Then we would ask him politely to come and join the PNC or maybe some other such party. Then you can now ask that party to discipline him. But as it stands right now, he's still a member of your party. And Tukufo, I know you won't take this to heart. Sometimes some of these things happen. An apology is coming. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Story number 2. Watch this. Contractor threatens lawsuit. Claims health minister AKANDOH lied. Contractor threatens lawsuit. Claims health minister AKANDOH lied. Now, who is this guy called AKANDOH? Kwabena Minta AKANDOH. He's a young man. He was born in 1980. He comes all the way from Seshwe. He's worked very hard as a young man to achieve what he has now. At a very young age, he always wanted to be a politician. And he made sure that he joined the bandwagon of politics. And now he is the Minister of Health. When he became Minister of Health, so many controversies came up. And the biggest of this was the light wave issue. My brother, my sister, there were issues that slapped him left, right, and center from when he was not a minister, near blackmail issues, and even more. But it looks like everything is on the quiet right now. This is Honorable Kwabena Minta AKANDOH. Now, the gentleman here is the Health Minister of Ghana. A few days ago, he told us point blank that a certain hospital sitting in Wager would have been long commissioned, but for 2 reasons. Number 1, the World Bank that was funding the project came out to flag the procurement breaches, or better still, the procurement dishonesty tied up to the hospital. In other words, prices were inflated, and he pinpointed prices of equipment. Number 2, he said the hospital would have long been commissioned and opened for use in a country where there are no beds in hospitals and many are dying because of our foolishness and carelessness as a people. When they are sick, they know how to go to England. They know how to go to Japan, China. Some of them even go to Dubai. Like Alban Bagbin did the other day. They fly each other left, right, and center to England and America. Me and you will die here because we don't have the means to fly out. That is why we have to be vehement on these crooks to do the work. And when I say crooks, I'm talking about politicians. When Minta AKANDOH decided to pull out the light wave thing, we all applauded because we were told that there were so many breaches and lies in the contract of the light wave. And we're told that the nation must heave a sigh of relief, must breathe better with the exit of the light wave, should he be given the opportunity to do that. And he succeeded in doing that. Now, other controversies came along, but today we are going to zero in on this wager thing. Kwabena Minta AKANDOH is not new to controversies. After the light wave issue, of course, we also had the mother and child hospital right there inside Kaswa, where a pregnant woman died in the hands of alleged irresponsible health workers. And there was a big demonstration in the yard. This is the newest. After Kwabena Minta AKANDOH told us the two reasons this hospital could not be commissioned, we all were waiting to find out when the hospital would be commissioned. Demonstrations had gone on. The chief of the area is not happy that this thing is still sitting closed. Beautiful edifice. And when you go inside it, oh my God. Very, very modern. Look at the beds, the quality of beds in there. And when you look at the equipment in there, modern. Look at the floor. Look at the finishing. My brother, this is a modern hospital. Now, this hospital was built by Aweko Construction Limited. Aweko Construction Limited. This is Aweko. How much did it cost to build the hospital? Do you know? When did they start building the hospital? What truly are the issues? Aweko is very angry and has come out so vehemently. In fact, calling the minister a falsehood bearer. Now let me take you through what this company is all about. Come here. Run the dossier and watch it. Now, Aweko Construction Limited is a Ghanaian-owned engineering and construction firm. Now, the company is currently in the news as of May this month, 2026, for a legal dispute with the Ministry of Health over the Wejagbawe Children's Hospital. Now, it started as H&M Construction Works Limited and later rebranded as Aweko Construction Limited. And their headquarters is located at Nyan Abodiamo Street, Kokomlemle, right here in Accra. Their managing director is called Joseph Adams. And their primary sectors include civil infrastructure, property development, and project consultancy. Can I tell you more? Now, the Wejagbawe Children's Hospital was built at 14 million American dollar cost. Yes, it was built at a $14 million cost, featuring a 100-bed facility. The Pantai Abokobi Road rehabilitation, an 8.6-kilometer road upgrade, including hospital internal roads, are all part of the handiworks of Aweko. Now, Aweko operates as an EPC, that's an engineering, procurement, and construction company. My brother, my sister, and they do a lot of work, including mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. My brother, my sister, simply called MEP. Biomedical engineering services and more. This is Aweko. Now, in May 2026, this month, Aweko threatened legal action against the Ministry of Health after the ministry blamed them for delays in the Weja hospital's opening. Now, the ministry alleged inflated prices for medical equipment, which Aweko has officially rejected. Aweko claims that outstanding payments from the Ministry of Health have stalled necessary end-user training. Wow. And this is a letter from Aweko. And when you read it, Aweko goes straight for the jugular vein. And this came out today the 8th of May, 2026, and is strongly worded, firing at Minta AKANDOH, telling him, Health Minister, we give you 24 hours to retract and apologize. If you don't apologize for the lies, we are coming after you legally. What are the lies? Now, according to Aweko, they have finished the work. Nobody ever came to them to say, you know what? World Bank believes that you inflated this cost, that cost, and that cost. Nobody. They would have been able to prove everybody wrong because they are professional. Number two, if you have never come to tell me that something was inflated, why do you play to the gallery to make it look like I am aware or we are aware of some inflated cost and therefore we are sorting it out? Thirdly, you should be bold enough to tell the people that what is causing the delay in opening the hospital is not inflated prices. You have not paid the contractor, and the contractor is ready to even commission it and wait and gets payment. But the biggest problem is that the equipment that have been procured, the contractor would have to make sure that whoever is taking over the hospital, the nurses, the doctors, the health workers, are taught how to use this equipment. The building has to be handed over officially to those who are supposed to use it. And before you do that, this is what is called the end user period. You show this person, this is this, this is that. When you do this, this is what happens. And they also need some equipment, 2 very important equipment in the hospital to be able to control and regulate the use of some of the equipment, or else they will break down. This is what Aweko says in his long write-up. And Minta AKANDOH has 24 hours, one day, to retract and apologize, or else lawsuit. Is Comrade Minta AKANDOH going to apologize? Did he lie? Did the contractor actually say, I will not permit the opening of the hospital if you don't pay me? Or it is just a technical thing. You can't open the hospital until the contractor comes out to hand it over officially and show the medical staff how to operate some of this equipment. It is just normal. When you construct a house and you are handing it over, don't you walk the user in and show them where the bathroom is? Don't you walk them in and show them where the switches are and which switch controls what? In the absence of this, you have to do trial and error. Switch on this and see which light comes on. Open doors and see where the bathroom is. To forestall all this, the contractor would have to take you through. You can call it the auditioning. Is it the auditioning? Take you through. No, that's not the word. Take you through the orientation. That's the word. Take you through orientation. Show you what is what. The contractor makes sense. But did the health minister tell us the whole truth? Well, we have 24 hours. We will see exactly where the truth lies. Is the black pots, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Our prayer is that the hospital ultimately will be opened. There wouldn't be any more patients dying because this hospital is still sitting there without being commissioned. Is the black pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey ya, why you kai, wayo,
You just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian dream, royal oud, thalassotherapy, ikigai, fior di loto, and karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin, breathe in the aroma, let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean, you feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente, luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori d'Oriente.
Good day, everyone. Dr. Ben AKANDOH introduced you about technology healthcare. Beyond our clinical diagnosis and observations at Herbal Technology Healthcare, which involves physical condition, behaviors, vitals like temperature and blood pressure, our core focus is what we have researched and named body chemistry, which consists of metabolic processes, hormones regulation, pH balance, and mineral interactions that maintain health. We urge you to visit any of our branches of Herbal Technology Healthcare to know your body chemistry. You can also call us on 0208 33 7711 or visit our website at www.herbaltech.org.
Millennium Insurance consider its clients as the most valuable personality within our organization. So we treat them as partners and not just as clients. Partners in the sense that we feel their pain and we celebrate their victories. That is what Millennium stands for. Millennium Insurance takes pride in its ability to pay claims in a timeous manner. And as earlier said, the client's expectation is what we stand for. And we ensure that we meet the client's expectation in a trustworthy manner.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. If you have not as yet subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscription button. Right after that, the notification bell, so that each time we are on, you'll be reminded to watch. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Story number 3. Watch this. Akyem chief sentences NPP to 40 years in opposition. Wow. Wow. His name is Nana Obodade. He's a powerful chief. And the interesting thing about this chief is that he's an Akyem chief. Now, the former president of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is an Akyem. He's from that area. So it's taken for granted that there's a lot of support for the party of the former president, the NPP. Now the Akyem people have a history that is related to the NPP. Far before the NPP, the parties that gave birth to the NPP were in bed with the Akyems, a very powerful group of people in Ghana. We can talk about Nanase Oforiatta the First. We can talk about so many other great people and politicians who came in that line Of course, there were a few that also had sympathies for the CPP, Kwame Nkrumah's CPP, and even became ministers in the government of Kwame Nkrumah. But the majority of the Akyem people have strong sympathies and ties with the NPP. So when this man, Nana Obodade, decided to come out vehemently against the party that is the mainstay of the Akyem, and against his own brother, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, many were those who found it interesting. He's received threats. He has spoken again. And this time round, unequivocably, he says the NPP, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and Bawumia, and all the people bettered by these two people should stay in opposition for 40 years and beyond. To those who don't know who this man is, run the dossier and see exactly who he is. He's called Nana Boedi Amponim Obodade the Third. Nana Boedi Amponim Obodade the Third. And he is a prominent Ghanaian traditional leader, currently serving as the Krontehini or Kontehini of Akyem Aswom in the eastern region. He is widely recognized for his vocal and often controversial commentary on national politics, frequently using his platform to advocate for governance reforms and accountability. He is the Krontehini of Akyem Aswom. He has advocated for traditional leaders to have a more permanent and prominent role in Ghana's development, arguing that chiefs have a lifelong commitment to their communities compared to the short-term tenures of politicians. And he's made sense. That's correct. In 2025, just last year, he expressed interest in serving as the Eastern Regional Representative of the Council of State to advise the presidency on national issues. Did it happen? Certainly not. Maybe it's yet to happen. Nana Obodade the Third is known for his blunt public statements, particularly regarding the New Patriotic Party and the NDC, the National Democratic Congress. He has been a sharp critic of the Akufo-Addo administration, describing the country's economic state under that leadership as dire. He famously labeled the 2024 NPP presidential hopefuls as what? Sankwas. And Sankwas in the Ghanaian parlance simply means unfit or of little value. Sankwas. He believes in the need to institutionalize oral communication within the government structure. He maintains that traditional authorities are the true long-term stakeholders in the progress of their respective towns. And he supports Mahama a lot. He praised President John Dramani Mahama's leadership, comparing it to that of Ghana's first president, Kwame Nkrumah, and has expressed strong support for Mahama's 2025 administration. He is a vocal proponent of Operation Recover or Loot, oral, urging that the initiative be institutionalized to investigate and recover state resources. He advised the NDC chairman, Johnson Asedun Ketia, against contesting for the party's flag bearership to avoid internal divisions. And we all remember that. But would he listen to Nana Obodade the Third? Nana Obodade has spoken. And this is a very short tape, less than a minute. My brother, my sister, let's listen to his newest epistle to the NPP and the people of Ghana. Watch this.
That Ghanaians must sentence that generation of thieves, that generation of robbers and looters to 40 years in the wilderness. Anybody that had anything to do with President Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration should be sentenced to 40 years political wilderness. Right from the national level to the regional executives to the constituency, the NPP owes Ghana that to clean up the whole system and allow a new breed of people who are selfless and who want to serve this country. That Ghanaians must sentence that generation of thieves, that generation of robbers and looters to 40 years in the wilderness. Anybody that had anything to do with President Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration should be sentenced to 40 years political wilderness. Right from the national level to the regional executives to the constituency, the NPP owes Ghana that to clean up the whole system and allow a new breed of people who are selfless and who want to serve this country.
Nana Obo Dade the third. Nana Bodi Amponim Obo Dade the third. He said anybody who has anything to do with Nana Addo and Bawumia, right from the national level all the way down to the regional level, the party level, should all be part of that predicament. 40 years of political wilderness. In other words, they should be sent back into the bush like the elephants that they are. 40 years, they should never return to power. Now, his whole king in the area, Akyem Hene, they simply call him Oche Hene. My brother, my sister, is somebody who is seen to have strong sympathies for the NPP. But this guy has become very, very uncontrollable. He's an outlaw. And when he speaks with facts. He speaks with power. He speaks with honor. And he's so fluent. He says 40 years in political wilderness. The NPP should go there. And that shouldn't end there. Anybody who has ever had any ties, political ties with Akufo-Addo and Bawumia should be part of the political alienation. 40 solid years. My brother, my sister, he's angry. And what is the reason? He says there's the need for a total cleanup. They dirtied up the place, and it's time for them to be sent out so the place can be cleaned of the dirt. Number two, it's time for them to go so that selfless people who are ready to serve can now be introduced so the nation can heave a sigh of relief. Un soupir de soulagement. My brother, my sister, this is Nana Obo Dade the third. And he has spoken without mincing words. And anytime he speaks, he shakes the nation. He's a believer of John Dramani Mahama. And he believes that chiefs must play a very important role in the politics of the nation because they are the true long-term owners of power and not the politicians. Nana Obodate, piao. Nana piao. Mr. Piao is the black pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Story number 4. Watch this. Judge warns Chairman Wontumi for the last amidst threats to petition CJ. Judge warns Chairman Wontumi for the last amidst threats to petition CJ. Now, John Dramani Mahama has been able to convince the nation that there is a need for speedy trials, especially for people who have served in the past government and picked up by oral Operation Recover All Loot and cited for some level of misbehavior. These trials must be sped up because there are a lot captured in the web of oral. Many Ghanaians have started complaining that oral does not exist anymore. Many are calling for the head of some authorities who they believe should be pushing this quickly. My brother, my sister, but our courts are quite slow. People need to be given time to file their defense in the spirit of fairness. So Chairman Wontumi went to court and the judge looked at him. And we all remember Justice Francis Apangabono Achebunga. He's a judge that many Supreme Court judges and beyond, including the retired ones, have lauded and praised for his straightforwardness and his love for justice. He is one man who has been handpicked to be able to handle some of these trials. And he is so resilient. He doesn't rest. Almost every other day he's in court so that this thing can move fast. Chairman Wontumi went to court and the sitting judge felt that he was pussyfooting, stonewalling, and he decided to warn him, not in this court. You must hurry up. And his lawyer is not happy about it. Give us time at our own pace. Let us be able to build our defense. It looks like we are rushing us. What's wrong? And then another guy who never keeps his word, the bleach-faced lawyer, Maurice Ampao, who told us that if Mahama won the elections, he will relocate to Togo. There was no way Mahama was going to win the election. He was a puppet of Baumia and Nana Addo. And when Mahama finally won, he swallowed back the vomit like the proverbial dog in the book of Proverbs in the Bible. This is Maurice Ampao. Maurice Ampao has advised Chairman Wontumi, and I honestly do not know how many people in their right senses will take legal advice from this guy after telling us that and proving to us that he's a man who can't keep his word. If you listen to him, wow, JJ. But what is Maurice Ampao saying? Is captured in the news. It's flying all over the place. And here, Gather Word has made it clear. Petition CJ now. Maurice Ampao reacts to judge's warning to Wontumi lawyers. Run the story. It's interesting. Hey. In court, There's a warning. They have been told. Private legal practitioner Maurice Ampao has called on the legal team of the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP, Bernard Enkibo, to petition the Chief Justice over comments made by a trial judge in court. Now, his comments follow certain concerns raised by the judge over delays in ongoing trial. Yes, in the ongoing trial involving Chairman Wontumi and his associates. Now, speaking in an exclusive interview with Ghana Web's Mandy Agyemang on Friday, May 8th, that's today, Ampao said the judge's comments create the impression that she is under pressure to speed up the case due to public discussion surrounding the matter. Chairman Wontumi and his lawyers must petition the Chief Justice for this statement. There should be a petition to the Chief Justice that they are not comfortable with the statement that the judge made in open court, because it means that the judge is under pressure to hurry the case. And then the fear is that the judge is also listening to public commentary, which is not a duty, he said. Maurice Ampao further argued that the judges are expected to focus only on the evidence before them and not on public opinions on cases before the courts. They swore an oath not to listen to the public commentaries. That is why we have the court. Those public commentaries are rather politicizing the matter, he argued. He also questioned why the judge blamed Wontumi's lawyers for the delay in the case. That's it. Now, my brother, people like Maurice Ampao, I honestly wonder how they got their law certificates. I'm not being harsh. Somebody, a judge, has sworn an oath that he will not listen to public commentary. That he will not be influenced by the public. He would only look at the evidence. Does it mean that when lawyers go to court, they can drag the case for as long as they want? Is that the argument? Does it make sense? If a lawyer goes to court and starts to pussyfoot, slow down the whole procedure by wasting the court's time, sometimes they could even be cited for contempt, disrespectful behavior. My brother, my sister, it's like in football. We have 90 minutes, right? But sometimes we have time added on when there has to be results. A winner and a loser. Now, in the game of football, and listen attentively. When a player realizes that he is in the lead and he decides to waste the time of the whole game, what does the arbiter or the referee do? A player can decide to pick up the ball as if he's going to throw it, and then he will drop the ball on the floor, and another person is running 6 million miles away to come and pick the ball just to waste time. Sometimes we know how they do it. They just fall as if somebody has kicked them. The smallest touch, they are on the floor. They will wriggle and act and steal some 5 minutes of the time. When the referee, in his own discretion, realizes that this is what they are doing, what does he do? He flashes a yellow card. Sometimes it could even be a red card. Sometimes the player could even be banned for several matches, depending on the gravity of the time-wasting offense. So for you to think that the fact that the judge is there for justice means that you can drag any case unnecessarily till your dirty party comes into power 40 years later, so these people can be set free. No, sir. It's not going to work. There's a new sheriff in town who has Ghana at heart. My brother, my sister, this said, Well, the lawyers can go and petition the CJ. And the Chief Justice of Ghana, Justice Bafo Bonnie, is a very, very knowledgeable man. He's not there for nothing. He is there to make sure that justice is delivered and delivered properly. My request to the Chief Justice, if I may, is that with all respect, bring back the other photo. That thing that the judges and lawyers put on their head, in fact, is becoming absurd. With all respect, this is a colonial legacy. I don't know, somebody told me it's some dead white people's hair that they have woven together to put on their head. These were worn by the lords and the woo, you know, in the days. Yes, it's a professional thing, but I think once we are independent, if we still want to put something on our head, maybe we can put kente. And I will be happy if judges in Ghana start wearing fugu to court. How many people agree? Fugu and maybe kente. Imagine a judge wearing this kente on the head instead of that thing. And a big one, kente, like that, and chow chow, and he goes to sit in the court. My Lord, I think the word Lord will make more meaning with the kente and the fugu than this one. With all respect, when I look at this, the dressing and the gloves, you know where my mind goes? Undertaker, career of corpse. Imagine in the night, if a judge or a lawyer wears this and is standing in the dark, and all of a sudden you turn and see this person in the dark. When you run home, what are you going to say? That you saw a what? But if the person was wearing kente, they say, oh, nana, na esumuye, ade. But with this, be honest, you will run, won't you? We are looking for the best for our country, with all respect. With all love and respect. I would love to see our judges and lawyers wear fugu, wear kente to courts. Like in the days of Kwame Nkrumah, when a lot of our MPs represented Ghana in kente. Our footballers, the Black Stars, I was told, I saw some pictures, kente. Oh, Lord. It's beautiful. If we are truly independent, let's give them their legacies and hold on to ours. This is an intellectual debate. What do you think? For Chairman WONTUMI and his lawyers, nothing would stop this trial from going on. And nothing would save anybody who is guilty. My prayer is that may justice be delivered and may Ghana be honored. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we have a final story. Hey ya! Hey you! Kai! Wayo!
Blackpot. Coco Show.
He's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. Hey, now turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori Doriente. And remember, if it comes to insurance, go for your trustworthy partner, Millennium Insurance. And if you're sending money from America, England, Canada, you know that there's only one name. That's Lemfi. No transfer fees. You get the most competitive rates. And you get some cash back as a first-time sender. Remember the referral code. 1RASTA. Oh, yes. And thanks so much to Herbal Technology. At Herbal Technology, we don't just treat you. We heal you. It's the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. Story number 5. Dodo, I am too big for alms and Sadaqa. Give that to the poor. Hey! Jesus. I am too big for alms and Sadaqa. Give that to the poor. And this is the Waliwali chief imam speaking. This is the Waliwali chief imam. That is the malam of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Dr. Bawumia loves this man. And we are told that he even financed his pilgrimage to Mecca a few years back when he was in power. This is the man we are talking about. He Sheikh Yasin around the world. Sheikh Mustafa Yasin around the world. Simply Yasin around the world. In Waliwali, he is called the chief imam. And when he speaks, the Muslim community listens to him vehemently. He knows the Quran like he knows the middle of his palm. He has a mosque where he says Friday prayers in Waliwali and all other daily prayers. People meet him for prayers. People come from all over Burkina Faso, Togo, so he could lay hands on them and pray for them. Recently, he sparked off controversy when he said he was doing the funeral of the Prophet of Islam, Prophet Muhammad. And some of us were a little shocked because I've never heard any Muslim say that they were going to have a funeral for the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. But he organized a whole funeral and invited people from all over Ghana and beyond so that they would have a proper funeral for the Prophet of Islam. And many people attended. And he did it in Waliwali. That day they recited verses from the Quran several hundreds of times. Many people came for prayers. Politicians love him because he prays for them and directs them as to how to win elections. Hey, Yasin around the world has spoken. He has announced it to the whole Ghana and beyond that God has told him not to take Sadaqa anymore. You know what Sadaqa is? Alms. When you go to Nima at the mosque, you see the beggars there. You give them coins. 5 pesos. 20 cedis. Normally they take small coins and all that. Of course, they accept the big notes too. But it has become the penchant of a lot of Muslims just to give coins so that it will not be so monetized. In the Christian churches, this is what is called the offering. The first offering, second offering, third offering, and so on and so forth, my brother, my sister. Yasin around the world says, God has told him point blank that he shouldn't take any kind of offering in terms of alms and Sadaqa, and that he has made him rich enough that should be given to the poor people. Now he goes ahead to talk about how God has blessed him. He has a number of wives. He has so many children. He has a car. He has motorbikes. He has built a whole house. And he controls a whole nation. In fact, this is Yasin around the world nation. He spoke in Dagbani. If you don't speak Dagbani, don't you worry. When we return, we will translate it. And he was angry and vehement. This is Yasin around the world. Sheikh, speak to them. Watch this.
Now na announcement to Dunaza kabachi da Benjir Sarana Tirmala, Nichela. Lekel Sarah Shimla, Kelia. Ya Saradibo, Taramabian is Anya Gentaba. She Bajila Sarana Tanka, Bunjera, Nonoshi, Kandera, and Dearly, Kanaya, Nisha Amana Kandirma, Taramala, but Dimambala. Kawula Kandies or Dimadi, Katarin Yamakanjo, Patarma. Pini Kandira, Ayatima Pin, work and Ninga Dwata fine. Antotima Pini Kaninga Dwata, Amasara, Yachela, Kelia. Munkala she said now and dear Wenchama. The Munkan she said I can be daily. Womacha. Now and Landi Sara, Nia Yasara Jibu, Numpatarma. Numpatarma, Medirsara. Berman and Biani, Afashabinia Tarma Biani, Bendir Sara, Sara Dirbiani. The Zuyema Sara, Luman and Biani. Afan and Bian Bedirsara, into Shingataba, Bedirsara. Dear Mo, can I have number Kalandis and Dilasha Amana? Munkusadi so Amana. Do you when she said at Termala Chele? One line she said, I didn't know about when took lemon now, Uncle Sai. One can she said, I went to lemon now, Uncle Sai, I didn't know about. I bought my Yuan Balama. I bought a course, I check him now, Mugi. Now, the Landis was Sarah. Yuda. The term of Biania is a mechanic. Tarmazuka Sarayiria. Kayashi around the one could be carrying Shishamu. Kashi Saratima, what Mushimambala. A man to not taste into Sarah, and him to Sarah table. Amakakan Pushamu, can now want to Tibango, and Zaman Bala. Zamani, Yasin Zamani, Yasin Zamani, Isa Ozamani, Abasa Ozamani, around the world, Dunyaza Lila Yasin around the world. Yashiko kwa so kan yambolo o won yel shamia alla la ilaha illallah so kan zamalo zamani yashini gba zamana mbongo yashini na wontuma kadada nzalentuma na woni nzalema ya sami ya katanan gbuna magi alla la ilaha illallah. So kama lo zamani shawra mar zamana bagaria so kama lo zamanin ba zamanin bala ai sati in zamanin bala ai sati in zamanin bala Allah la ilaha illallah kai nawone ayala tijaniya ya cin zamani sunnanya ya cin zamani muncirnya ya cin zamani Sianya ya chin zamani Amadisinya ya chin zamani Hallelujah ya chin zamani Chaji nirinya ya chin zamani Bajemninya ya chin zamani Yiza sati kadoya Kibukata kadimali Allah la ilaha Munza so yeyeli Samia Samia Nzamani mbala Shebu na anye understand Nko yera anje kashe kujema Wait Doma yin ya nanyo un aka lafi wai ya shin ma ma lafi an ga to ganyin ka lafi yin ya zuwa labagar ma yin zuwa ma dinin nan ho on firgi in ka lafi kamar state kamar state amma lorin kira moto ni ma ma pa na bi ma bicho bi pa sara bicho bi anabzugo kan yi mira an wa single kamar pa danga ka turin wannan mar pa bo gon dirba ka yun ba ne bema kama state yirma state nyale kanyi naipa amba ba bela ba yirba ya state amala duganga be yili ganga ka turmani akenye ma ka jelia Allahu akbar yira ka lafi yirin ka zugure be mani ka ya cin bona na wone ko sara ai bona obe sa yi kal walla yishab kal walla akwa mbobla zu ka dola kuma show doctor ai bona obe sa okusa obusala aka bamsin ka bo obusala ki be konan turba ya doma o ka lafi ya tabonyo wai utabo ka lafi yirin ka lafi yirin zuran lafgi kolban yo yi zugma bang ki kura wai kan yar ku biyar ya keliya ya shin zamani samiya yumya na wore annabi shehu ba be ya ma'ani ya wuni ya wu by force
Shehu Yasin around the world. He says that people say he's crazy. But how can a crazy man own a number of cars, a number of motorbikes, a number of wives, and a number of children? And he has built his own house. He says he will not accept any alms anymore. Take that to the poor people. He won't accept any Sadaqa. But if you bring him a gift and ask him to pray for you, that is different. But alms, Sadaqa, no. That means he has graduated. He says those little ones, go and give to the poor people. He says those who say he is mad, they are those who are crazy. Yasin around the world, he has spoken. He says a lot of the Malams in Waliwali and beyond, they see him as a competition. Everybody is bringing Sadaqa to him. And they are hungry. They can't get that. So they are fighting him. Now God has told him that. Leave that out. So that the other people can eat. You are blessed. Wow. Isn't it deep? I'm yet to see a Malam, the whole Ghana and beyond, who somebody gives a Sadaqa to, some alms to, and he says, no, take that Sadaqa and go and give it to a poor person. It's food for thought. We give our pastors money, our Malams money. Have you ever encountered one pastor, one Malam, who you have given Sadaqa to, offering to, and he says, you know what? I thank you so much, but there is a poor person there. Go and give it to that person. Think about it. Yasin around the world says, if you bring him any Sadaqa from now, he will curse you. You are trying to make God angry with him. Because God has told him point blank, he shouldn't accept that. He should leave that for poor people. We live in a world that is so greedy. The more we have, the more we want. He says no. Give it to poor people. They see him as a very controversial man. But he has made it clear. I am blessed. Let other Malams who say they are blessed also leave the Sadaqa, the small alms for the poor people. And he says if he accepts alms and Sadaqa from people, it's amana. And the word amana means that, how do I translate it? Something that does not belong to you, but you have taken it. Covetousness. My brother, my sister. Greed. Wickedness. Yasin around the world is opening the gate and the door for us time after time. Some say he's crazy, as he himself says. But out of the craziness, look at the wisdom that is coming out of this. When you go to Nima, there are some people, Al-Majirai, who sit in front of the mosque. They have been sitting there for the past 40 years. They have collected enough money. Some of them own articulated tracks, ranches of cows, but they see it as holy religion to still sit there and receive alms, yet they are not poor. Those alms, the Sadaqa, what does the Sadaqa mean? And who should it go to? I'm going to end on this note. A man went to the Prophet of Islam, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And I'm going to be quick with this. And the Prophet told him to go out there and give Sadaqa. Out. Because he had brought a problem to the Prophet. And he said, you know what? Get this Sadaqa. Go out at night, only in the night. Because I don't want you to see the face of the person you are giving the alms to. And when he went out at night, the first day, he gave the alms out. Later, he realized that the person that he gave the alms to was a dangerous womanizer. He had come out in the night looking for girls to take home and go and eat. So he told the Prophet, oh Prophet, you see why I wanted to do it in the daytime? I went out in the night and I ended up giving the Sadaqa to a notorious womanizer. He said, don't worry, it's a blessing. Maybe why this person is womanizing is the fact that he doesn't have the dowry, the money to pay for a legal wife. The money you have given to him is enough for him to pay a dowry to have a wife. So it's a blessing for you. You have helped somebody with the potential of getting a wife. But again, the following night, bring the same Sadaqa and go out and give it. So the following night, he went out again. Without looking at the face, he gave it out. Hey! In the morning, he realized that the person he gave this to was a rich man. Very rich. Yet he took it. And he went back to the Prophet. Prophet, this was what happened. I went out and I gave the Sadaqa as you asked me to do. And this time around, it went to a very rich man that nobody likes in the area because he's greedy. He said, it's a blessing for you. The rich man, as you gave him the Sadaqa, you were going away, he saw who you were, that you are not as rich as he is, but you gave him something. You have taught him a lesson that you must not necessarily have it all before you can give. That's why the widow's mite in the Bible is very important. When Jesus Christ said, you know what? Yes, all of you who gave out, you gave out from your wealth, but she gave all she had. So you have taught the rich man a great, great lesson. But bring another one. Say, hey, Prophet, Abba. Say, bring another one. The following night he went out. This time round he gave it to a very poor person. And he was happy. He went to the Prophet and told the Prophet. And the Prophet said, you see, this could be used as business startup point for this person to be able to make money. It's a blessing. If this person uses this for business, he could just be big one day and all the ladder or the credit will come to you that you help somebody start a business. Now, in all this, there's a lesson. But the biggest lesson is that the poor man receives it and it helps his life turn around. So many more people can drink from the well of that seed that changed his life. That's Islam. That's why it is encouraged that poor people should be the priority to have that. And this is what Sheikh Yasin around the world is telling us. Is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you. Thanks so much to our sponsors. Tesori D'Oriente, turn every single shower into a royal experience. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Lemfi, oh, no transfer fees. And you get the most competitive rates when you send money to Ghana. Remember to use the referral code, RASTA. And of course, thanks so much to Herbal Technology. It's a clinic, and at Herbal Technology, we don't just treat you, we heal you. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a story you want us to follow up on. We are more than just excited to go through with you. Okay? And let's look at your closing remarks. Let's see your comments. It's not a monologue. Carlene Opoku, I love that name. It's laughing. Conscious Agbemenu Ahosu. He says, Amu of fire. Ras Ziggy says, greetings, Ras. Seydou Isaka says, greetings from Tokyo. Moshe Moshe. Kamshina Zaid says, Black Rasta. Mu of fire. Nico Che says, hello, Rasta. I've been following your journey for quite some time now. From your days at Hits FM, after Alexis Bilson's program, through Xylophone FM and Class FM, and now at 3FM. Thank you so much. You deserve a salute of patriotism. Love you, my brother. And then, the name has been cut off, but we'll see. Okay, it's the same Nico Che. All right. It says, I would like to better understand the concept behind the Black Pot. I know you to be a very patriotic Ghanaian, which is one of the reasons many people admire your work. However, there are moments when some discussions appear to focus more on personal matters that may not necessarily affect the country as a whole. I will appreciate it. You make me understand your concept. Okay, so I'll answer the question. Yes, we are talking about the nation, but remember the nation is not an alienated entity. We make the nation. The nation is like a universal set. And our families and our businesses form the subsets in the universal set. And then we, as individuals, my brother, my sister, become the elements in that universal set. Those of you who have studied a little bit of mathematics, that is what I'm saying, my brother, my sister. Those of us who have studied a bit of mathematics, we have the universal set, we also have the subsets, and then we have the elements in the universal set. My brother, my sister. So when we talk about individual issues, it doesn't cut us away or it doesn't deviate our path. No. There is nothing we have ever spoken about that has no connection to the nation. Tell me one. What you consider as personal, my brother, if you look with a third eye, it is not personal. And I can give you an example. The story of the pastor's daughter. What's his name? Chairman, or Apostle General. The daughter. There were some people who said it was personal. What do you mean by personal? What do you mean by personal? You have an event. If you want it to be personal, let it stay in your room. When we make love to our wives, do we do it on the street? No, we don't. Because it's personal, we leave it right there in the rooms. Okay? Now, when you come out and a man of God has a check that says that he's giving you certain amount of money for your wedding, Do you know how much pressure this is going to give to younger ladies out there? We want to also find out if this man of God is paying taxes. Is that not a connection to the state? And after all the jamboree, we want to know. This is a family that is a counseling family. Counseling people who are ready for marriage. Yet they are there showing you a check for millions. We want to know what became of the wedding. There's nothing personal about something like this. If you want it to be personal, stay at home, lock up yourself. Some people do that. They go to the court, just one person, and then they go and sign. Quiet, they are there, like I did mine. You didn't hear, right? I did it at Ashama. There were only 7 people or so there. Quiet. And after that, we went to the court quietly and signed. I'm not saying do it like that. I didn't want the jamboree too much, hey, and people's eyes. That is why you hardly see me flaunt my children, my family, and all that. Because I want to be kept quietly. Not a man who goes out there, brought cameramen from abroad, video, social media everywhere, dancing, days before the wedding, the makeup, the everything. Everything is on social media. Then when I talk about it, you tell me it's personal. Are you crazy? And I'm not talking to you, Nico. I'm talking about the people who said that. So tell me one incident that we have discussed here that has no correlation with the nation. Okay? Finally, both you and I understand that in the course of carrying out your duties, some individuals may feel offended and could see you as a target. I would therefore encourage you to continue protecting and strengthening yourself, both physically and spiritually. Thank you. Advice well taken. G probably says Tanko Kwamega Atokple is looking for you. Abu Kofi Trika says Blackpot move of fire. Kwame Kwashi says Blackpot Media. Wayo, that's Black Empire Media. Wayo, come here to the headquarters of the truth. Ibrahim Jack says Black Rasta move of fire. Watching you live in Nalergo. And we are coming to Nalergo, we told you, right? Kwame Kwashi says, Black Rasta, I love you, the prophet of the truth, more fire. Kwame Kwashi says, tell a friend to tell a friend's friend. Okay? That we are on. More comments? Sylvia Sape says, greetings, Black Rasta. John Connie Waris says, respect Black. Osai Bedu says, come here, the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodemo. Nana Obidiaba says, Black Rasta, more fire. Much love, blessing. Agoba wisdom says, greetings, Black. Please, it's Weezy One. Mpese bakupe, watching you love for me, show. Come here. Dash it away. Wayo. More comments? Pat Awo says, hello, Black Rasta. Ras Okokofisun Moon says, come here. Watch this. Marcos Bagaya says, more fire. Soti Moses says, big up, brethren. And then, Ifwa Nyame Seni. Nyame Seni. Aje nyina. Nyame sene aje nyina. Okay. Efwa nyame sene aje nyina. Efwa, God is bigger than everything. That's the meaning of the name. Black Rasta, you are a big hypocrite. Kevin Taylor, a wonderful gentleman that deserves respect. Are you credible at all? I will stop watching you because of this nonsense you just spewed. Welcome. Please exit with all respect. It's your choice. We all have our opinions. Adios. More comments? Rap Thunder says, welcome, legendary Black, for today's last class of the week. God richly bless you and the family. Kofi Azuma says, greetings to my brother, Black Rasta, this Friday. How are you doing? I say, greetings from Pennsylvania with love. And this is Kofi Azuma. Henry Atia says, good evening, Black. How are you doing today? I said, make sure all of you watching will subscribe and hit on the notification bell. And then he says, greetings to all my brothers and sisters right here this beautiful Friday. Henrietta says, Blakk, great weekend to you and all the family here. Rich Lip says, watching you live from Missouri. And Kofi Azuma says, share this live stream right now and let all your family members and friends be part of this. Blakk Rasta is on right now. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And Raptanda says, I am blessed that I am addicted to watching you legendary. Never to regret for knowing you. Always learning from you anytime I find you. And Henrietta says, nice weekend to all the good people of Bolgatanga. Kofi Azuma says, greetings to my young brother, Kelvin Taylor, Freeman, Johnny Hughes, Odemaya, and that big time DJ Kimo. And Kofi Azuma is back. He says, Blakk Rasta. Kimo told me to tell you that he says his greetings, love and respect. And then we have Henrietta who says, fire for NPP, never again. Okay. How do Isaka Asumaila says, fantastic. Attack Godfred says, Black Empire, move of fire. And then Adi Dakun says, who cares? No. Easy. Cool down. You see, these are people who hate other people's ideas. You heard what we said. He's a nice gentleman. Oh, yes. He recently bought somebody a car because the person was in America struggling. One of us. That's a gentleman. Okay? Of course, he goes overboard like all of us do. Does that make him ungentlemanly? He has his weaknesses, and we made it clear. I will not insult Kufuor, but he has. And I said, he needs to apologize. And you still have a problem with this delivery. And then you say you want to go. I wish you had quietly left so that you will not ruffle feathers. Please accept people's opinions. There are people who say things here that I don't agree with, but we'll let that go. All right? As long as they are not insulting. We've told you point blank on this platform, we don't accept insults and all that. So you say, Blakk Rasta, you are a hypocrite because you say Kevin Taylor is a gentleman. Is he not? Of course, it's not everything Kevin Taylor says that I agree with. Okay? Same way. It's not everything. And I'm older than Kevin Taylor. At his age, I did worse. All right? So we can only talk to him and tell him, you know what? We encourage you. How do you advise somebody when you are against the person? Already you are coming across as somebody against. He won't listen to you. Okay? Anyway, Mark Romeo Ofori says, Efua nyame sene ajinyana. Says powerful. Powerful indeed. I hope whatever you smoked isn't expired. I don't know who he or she is referring to. Okay? Isa Jesus says, teach Blakk Rasta. Who do nyovuri? Nyovri, okay. Who do nyovri? Nyovri means life. Nyovri means life. Dadakumba say nyevli, life. Okay, nkwa, something like that. Okay? Yeah. He says, Ace Ankuma. Exactly. That's the day. That's the guy who said, it's not an insult, it's not a crime. You know? Today, the same party is asking somebody to apologize for insulting. So you see what you have sown. If you sow the wind, you will reap a storm. Mark Romeo Fori says, family, cool down. Masro Somme says, there's a saying that if an adult allows a child to misbehave, then he will grow to disgrace the society. NPP disregarded WONTUMI, and NPP didn't tame him when he publicly insulted President Mahama and even his wife. Why are you requesting an apology from NDC? Are you serious? Look at WONTUMI, what he said. Nasty things against the president. Then in opposition. Today he's apologizing because he's at a receiving end. Let's be serious. The NPP has no moral right to ask NDC to ask Kevin Taylor to apologize. And it's because of the track record. Pandi Pamak says, what do they want the NDC to do? Patawo says, more fire. Ras Okokofi Sunmun says, relax. If you have an issue with KT and you don't like him, everybody can hate or dislike him. And I don't think that should make you stop watching the show. Moreover, your voice is too high. Using words such as hypocrite and nonsense, that's unacceptable. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It is what it is, okay? It is what it is. I mean, you want your opinion to be accepted and you don't want to accept another person's opinion. Your opinion is that Kevin Taylor is not a gentleman. You don't like him. You hate him. And I think otherwise. Yet you want me to accept yours. That's arrogance, you know? Anyway, I think we'll take the last slide and we are done for the day. Okay? Emmanuel Ania says, Wontumi's case won't go anywhere. We all live to see. NDC has really disappointed us in not jailing these criminals. I'm sure that's what you wanted to say. Apostle Communal Affairs says, Blakk, the man of patriotism, the man of truth, the Pan-African. Keep up with a good job and keep the fire burning for our motherland, Ghana. Thank you, Apostle. We appreciate you. And it says, listening live from the USA, Alexandria, Virginia. Thank you so much. We love you, Apostle. And it says, Blakk, come here. Rap Thunder says, the chief is amazing. Long life to him. Nana Obudade, the third. Emmanuel Ania says, Blakk, what is the update on Abu Trika? Isn't this 2 weeks great period over? Oh, as for Abu Trika, the 2 weeks and everything, right now they are going to fly him away. That's where it is right now. So the next thing you hear is that he has been extradited. I mean, as it is right now, I believe it is sealed. Okay? We told you this from Tete. Right now, our prayer is that he should have a very fair trial there. We have to keep our eyes on the thing and make sure that he has a fair trial. That's all. What is more insulting than what Napo said about Nkrumah? Mukwame Nkrumah no. Mens says, what is more insulting than what Napo said about Nkrumah? Mukwame Nkrumah no. Okay, that's the same comment. Well, we appreciate you and we love you. It's been the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodomo, where we speak truth to power. I love you. I appreciate you. It's not every day our opinion would be your opinion and vice versa. But we learn to tolerate all the opinions so we can live in peace. We'll catch you again on Monday. Have a very happy weekend and be blessed. Those of you who are sick, be healed. Those of you who are looking for jobs, get the jobs. Those of you who are looking for women to marry, find the right woman and marry. And those of you who are looking for men to marry, may you find the right men. At the end of the day, be happy and continue to love Ghana. Continue to love Africa. We love you. Hey ya! Hey yo! Wayo!